While you sleep, your kidneys don't rest. They continue working, filtering your blood, balancing fluids and minerals, keeping your body in order without you even realizing it. And what many people don't know is that what you eat before bed can directly influence this silent work. Some fruits that seem completely healthy may, in fact, not be the most suitable for those with kidney problems. Others, on the contrary, offer an almost perfect combination of fiber, antioxidants, and a smaller amount of certain minerals that overload the kidneys. There is one fruit in particular that can help with relaxation, contribute to a more restful night's sleep, and even offer antioxidant compounds important for kidney health, but it needs to be consumed in the right way. And, most interestingly, it's not the only fruit on this list. Throughout this video, you'll discover which fruit is best to eat at night, and also which fruit, when consumed in the wrong way, can cause problems instead of benefits. Before we continue, if you care about your health after age 60, subscribe to the channel now. It's quick, it's free, and it will help you not miss future videos about health, nutrition, and prevention. Now let's get straight to the point. Why is this topic so important, especially after age 60? Because as we age, it's natural for kidney function to decline somewhat. This doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong, but it does mean the body needs more care. High blood pressure and diabetes are among the factors that require extra attention to the kidneys, as these two conditions can, over time, overload this vital organ. And when there is some degree of kidney disease, the body may have more difficulty eliminating excess potassium, phosphorus, and fluids from the blood. This means that not all fruits are automatically good for everyone, and more than that, the quantity you consume is just as important as the choice of fruit itself. A healthy fruit in excess can cease to be a good choice. Therefore, throughout this video, you will learn about 8 fruits that can act as true night guardians of your kidney health. But remember, these are general guidelines and do not replace an individual assessment with your doctor or nutritionist, especially if you already have a diagnosis related to your kidneys. To understand why choosing the right fruit for a nighttime snack is so important, it's worth briefly understanding what your kidneys do while you sleep. They filter waste products from the blood, help balance fluids and electrolytes, and regulate blood pressure. Inadequate sleep, coupled with poorly controlled blood pressure, can harm both cardiovascular and kidney health over time. And a nighttime snack that's too salty, too sugary, or too heavy might be exactly the kind of choice that disrupts this balance. The good news is that there are fruits that can provide important nutrients without generating such a high load of potassium, sodium, or phosphorus, as long as they are consumed in the correct portions. And that's exactly what we're going to explore now, starting with the most special fruit on this list. The first fruit is the sour cherry, and it is undoubtedly the star of this video. Sour cherries contain antioxidants and plant compounds related to melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep. This means they can contribute to a more balanced sleep routine, and adequate sleep, in turn, helps control blood pressure during the night, which is directly beneficial for the kidneys. It's important to make a distinction here. We're talking about tart cherries, not sweet cherries, which are more common and have a different nutritional profile. It's also crucial to avoid excessively sweetened versions, such as concentrated juices full of added sugar, which negate many of the benefits. To consume this fruit correctly, the recommendation is a small portion of fresh tart cherries, or a moderate amount of unsweetened juice. Ideally, it should be consumed about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime, allowing the body to better absorb the compounds related to relaxation and sleep quality. But the next fruit on our list might be even more interesting for those who want to protect both their kidneys and heart. The second fruit is blueberries. They are rich in anthocyanins, antioxidant compounds that give the fruit its characteristic bluish color, and also offer good amounts of fiber and vitamin C. Blueberries can contribute to reducing oxidative stress in the body, a process that, when uncontrolled, is related to cellular aging and various chronic diseases, including kidney and cardiovascular problems. One of the great advantages of blueberries is their practicality. They are easy to consume both fresh and frozen, making them an accessible option throughout the year. To include this fruit in your nightly routine, the recommendation is a portion of approximately half a cup, always without adding sugar, syrups, or any type of industrialized topping, which would only increase the sugar content without providing any benefit. If you already include tart cherries or blueberries in your diet, keep this information in mind, because later on we'll show you how to combine the best fruits on this list into a single, simple recipe for your evening. The third fruit on our list is strawberries. They are known for having good amounts of vitamin C, fiber, and antioxidants. And they have an interesting advantage for those concerned about kidney health. They contain less potassium than many other popular fruits. This makes them a safer choice to include in your nighttime routine, especially for those who need to be a little more careful with this mineral. Strawberries can also serve as smart substitutes for sugary nighttime desserts. Instead of resorting to processed sweets, ice cream, or other heavy options before bed, a serving of strawberries can help create a light, tasty, and low-calorie snack, satisfying the craving for something sweet without overloading the body. The ideal way to consume it is in a small portion, fresh or frozen, always remembering to avoid accompaniments such as condensed milk, sugar, or sweet syrups, which transform a healthy fruit into a high-calorie dessert that is not recommended for nighttime. The fourth fruit is the apple, and here it deserves special mention. It should be consumed with the peel. The apple peel concentrates a large part of the fiber and antioxidants present in the fruit, so by peeling it, you end up missing out on a good portion of these benefits. The fiber in apples contributes to a feeling of fullness, which can help prevent you from feeling hungry at night or seeking out less healthy options. It's worth emphasizing that whole fruit is always preferable to juice. When an apple is turned into juice, it loses a large part of its fiber, and its natural sugars are absorbed more quickly by the body. Eating a whole apple, chewing slowly, is a much more balanced way to enjoy its nutrients, and can also help avoid ultra-processed desserts in the evening. To consume this fruit, the recommendation is a small or medium apple, always with the peel on, but after it has been thoroughly washed. If you want to add a special touch, you can add a small amount of cinnamon, without adding sugar, which only enhances the flavor without compromising the benefits. The fifth fruit is red or purple grapes. They contain flavonoids and resveratrol, compounds that can be part of a diet focused on cardiovascular health. An extremely relevant point since heart and kidney health go hand in hand. The red and purple versions of grapes offer a higher concentration of antioxidant pigments compared to green grapes, making them the most suitable choice for this list. An interesting tip is that frozen grapes can be a refreshing and practical alternative, functioning almost like a natural frozen dessert, ideal for those who feel like snacking at night. Even so, it's important to consume them in moderation. A small handful is enough. Since, despite all the benefits, grapes still contain natural sugar, and overdoing it can compromise the balance we're looking for. So far, you've learned about 5 important fruits for protecting your kidneys overnight. But there are still 3 fruits missing from this list, including one with a special characteristic and another with a real catch, which you need to pay close attention to before including them in your routine. The 6th fruit is raspberries. They stand out mainly for their high fiber content, superior to that of many other red fruits. This fiber promotes intestinal function and contributes to the balance of the microbiota, the set of good bacteria that live in our intestines and are directly related to the overall health of the body, including inflammatory processes. Raspberries can contribute to an anti-inflammatory diet, which is always positive for those seeking to protect both the kidneys and the cardiovascular system. The good news is that raspberries pair very well with the blueberries and strawberries we've already mentioned, allowing you to create small berry mixes throughout the week. The recommended serving size is approximately half a cup, and they can be eaten fresh or frozen, always without added sugar. The 7th fruit is pineapple. It offers good amounts of vitamin C and also contains bromelain, an enzyme associated with digestive and anti-inflammatory processes in the body. Pineapple can be an interesting tropical option for those who need to moderate their consumption of fruits with higher potassium content, as it has a more balanced profile in this regard. Fresh pineapple is always preferable to canned or canned pineapple. For evening consumption, a small portion of fresh pineapple is recommended. Completely avoiding canned pineapple, which contains a high amount of added sugar. An important detail: people who suffer from reflux should carefully observe how their body reacts to consuming pineapple close to bedtime, as in some cases, the acidity of the fruit can cause discomfort during the night. And we've reached the 8th and final fruit on this list, which is the cranberry. This fruit deserves special attention because it carries an important caveat that you need to know before consuming it on your own. Cranberry may help prevent recurrent urinary tract infections in some people. This is because its compounds can make it difficult for certain bacteria to adhere to the walls of the urinary tract, hindering the development of infections. So far, it seems like an excellent fruit, right? But it's important to be clear about its limitations. Cranberry does not treat an existing urinary or kidney infection. It may help in prevention, but it does not replace proper medical treatment if the infection has already developed. Another point to note, cocktail-type juices, very common in supermarkets, usually contain a huge amount of added sugar. These sweetened products end up working against the very purpose of protecting metabolic and kidney health, becoming, in practice, more of a sweet treat than a beneficial fruit. Furthermore, people who use anticoagulant medications need to talk to a healthcare professional before including cranberries in their routine, as there may be interactions between the fruit and this type of medication. The correct way to consume it is always the whole, unsweetened version, a small amount of fresh or frozen fruit or 100% juice with no added sugar. If this video is helping you better understand how to take care of your kidney health, please like it and write in the comments which of these 8 fruits surprised you the most. This greatly helps the channel to continue producing this type of content for you. Now that you know the 8 fruits, we'll show you how to combine them in a simple recipe for your nighttime routine and also when these fruits might not be suitable. Now that you know the 8 fruits that protect kidney health, we'll show you a simple way to combine them in a practical recipe to include in your nightly routine. This combination is what we can call the 3 Guardians Bowl, and it brings together 3 of the most special fruits on this list: sour cherries, blueberries, and strawberries. The idea is simple. You use small portions of each of these fruits, always without adding sugar, honey, or any type of syrup, and mix everything in a small bowl. Tart cherries take center stage, as they are directly related to sleep patterns. Blueberries complement the mix by providing anthocyanins, those important antioxidants we've already mentioned, and strawberries add vitamin C, more fiber, and a slightly sweet flavor that makes the combination even more palatable. This bowl can perfectly replace those heavier, processed desserts that many people usually consume at night, without guilt and without overloading the body. But be aware, it's important to never call this mixture a treatment, cure, or substitute for any medication. It's simply a more balanced dietary choice, not a medicine. And we've arrived at one of the most important points in this video, which is understanding when these fruits might not actually be the most suitable. This is essential for you to use this information safely. People with advanced kidney disease may need to limit even the fruits we consider most suitable on this list, including those with lower potassium content. Patients undergoing dialysis have very specific nutritional needs that vary from person to person and should always be closely monitored by a healthcare professional. Those with high blood potassium levels should strictly follow the amount of fruit prescribed by a doctor or nutritionist, even if that fruit seems, at first glance, a healthy option. People with diabetes also need to consider the total carbohydrates consumed throughout the day, including those from fruits, to keep their blood sugar under control. And, as we have already mentioned, those who use anticoagulant medications should pay special attention to cranberries, checking with their doctor if there are any restrictions for their specific case. It is crucial to make it clear, no fruit can replace prescribed medications or proper medical care. These fruits can be part of a balanced diet, but they are not a cure and should not replace treatment prescribed by your doctor. If you want to start putting this information into practice, here's a simple and realistic plan. Choose just 1 or 2 fruits from this list to begin with, without trying to include them all at once. Always use small portions, as we recommend throughout the video. Consume these fruits without adding sugar. Observe how your body responds. Pay attention to sleep quality, digestion, and, if applicable, blood sugar levels. Alternate the fruits throughout the week to vary the nutrients and avoid getting tired of the same option. And, if you have any diagnosed kidney disease, always confirm the appropriate amount with a healthcare professional before changing your eating routine. Taking care of your kidneys doesn't just mean cutting certain foods out of your routine. It also means making better choices about what you put on your plate. A small portion of fruit instead of a sugary dessert can be a simple yet powerful step towards building lighter nights, more restful sleep, and a more balanced diet after age 60. If this video helped you in any way, please like it and tell us in the comments which of these 8 fruits you already eat and which one you plan to try tonight. Also, share it with someone who needs to take better care of their kidney health. And if you're not yet part of our community, subscribe to the channel to receive more content like this about health and prevention after age 60. And if you want to understand which seemingly healthy drinks may be silently overloading your kidneys, watch the video that's appearing on the screen now.